You can stand on God's promises. Who are single people here? Can you see the hands of single people? Yan, taas ang kamay mga single. Single forever, taas ang kamay. Ayaw, no? Sino rito ang single men? Single women? Gusto niyo ba magkaroon ng asawa na sinungaling? Imagine if your partner is like this. Diba? Parang malilito ka talaga, ha? Ano ba? O kaya ganito. Parang mas nakakalito. No? Single ladies. Can I see the hands of single ladies? Yan. Okay, next time. Single women. Pag may speaker na nagtanong, who are single women here, please do not just raise your hand. Shout your number as well. 0905. Ganyan, ha? Baka yung katabi nyo gusto marinig yan. At pag next time tinanong yan, di ka na nagtataas, ha? Single women, think about this. Imagine if one day a man approaches you and says, "Excuse me, miss, I cannot believe this. I have never seen beauty in my entire life until now." Makatingin sa'yo, tapos sabi niya, "You are not just beautiful, you are the epitome of beauty." Anong masasabi niyo? Single? Ano mararamdaman niyo? Siguro ibang single sasabihin, spell epitome. Huh? Diba? Parang, what will you feel? Diba? Lumapit sa iyo, tapos sinabi talaga, hindi ka lang maganda, ikaw ang rurok ng kagandahan. Pero ganito ang mukha niya. Maniniwala ka ba? Diba? Life on planet Earth would totally break down if everyone starts lying. The only reason why a society can still function is if there are enough people who are honest, enough people who do not lie. There are enough people who still keep their promises. Tingnan niyo po ako, may mga nangako na ba sa inyo na hindi tinupad? Diba? Alam mo talagang maaalala mo pa, sabi niya, lilibre ako, hindi ako nililibre, di ba? Maaalala mo yan eh. Nangako tapos nawala. Hi. Why am I saying this? Because your life, despite all your big problems, can be beautiful and happy. Why? Because you can stand on God's promises. You can. Sa mga tao mahirap, di ba? Yung pangako nila pwedeng hindi matuloy. Bakit tao lang sila? Limitado. Ang Diyos? Iba yan. When He promises something, you can be sure He will make it happen. Let me tell you why we can stand on God's promises. Because there is a big difference between you and God. There is a big difference between other people. Yung mga nangako sa iyo at ang Diyos. Ito po yan, ha? Ang kaibahan natin sa Panginoon. Kaya pwede natin siyang sandalan. Pwede tayong umasa sa kanyang pangako. Bakit? Because when you speak, when I speak, I am describing reality. But when God speaks, He is not describing reality. He is creating reality. When I say, tingnan niyo ako ha, when I say I am charming, I am describing reality. Yan. Kanya-kanyang diskarte yan. Ha? But when God says, Aaron, you are charming, He is not describing reality. He's not also telling a lie. Ha? He is creating reality. Anong ibig sabihin? He is imparting charmness into me. Yun ang kaibahan noon. Pag ikaw nagsabi, yung gwapo-gwapo mo, di ba? Anong gusto mo? Mangungutang ka ba? Di ba? They are describing it. But God is creating it. That is why when God says something, He is creating something. God is not just telling the truth. He is the truth. Di lang niya sinasabing totoo. Siya ang katotohanan. Kaya pag nakita niyo sa Biblia, pangako ng Diyos, yakapin niyo kaagad. Asahan niyo kaagad. John 10 verse 10, anong sabi ni Lord? I have come that you may have life and have it in abundance. Anong ibig sabihin nito? He is not only describing that reality, He is making that abundance a reality in your life right now. Just open your eyes and you will see you are abundant. Yung iba, dami reklamo. Anong reklamo nila? Wala akong pera. Sumweldo ako, dumadaan lang sa kamay ko. Pasalamat ka, may dumadaan. O, tingnan mo yung katabi mo, dumaan lang ba? Ha? He is creating that reality because He is the truth. And when God says in Philippians 4:19, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. He's not just saying nice words. He is giving divine strength into you. In Romans 8:28, when it says, all things work for good to those who love God. What is this? It's not just a pretty slogan. Uy, ang ganda, i-memorize ko yan. Dapat, no, he is actually re-engineering. He is actually maneuvering circumstances to transform your problems to become your potentials, your trials to your greatest treasure, your burdens to become your blessings. When he says in Philippians 4:13, all your needs will be met according to the glorious riches of Christ, that means you are already blessed. The blessings are there. Hindi lang natin nakikita. Parang ito, umorder ng online at nag-message sa kanya yung delivery na nandun na raw sa labas. At ito, tingnan nyo. Sir, Ninja Van po. Nasa labas na po ako. Delivery, Ninja Van. Kuya, kanina pa ako sa labas. Wala akong nakikita. Kaya nga ninja, sir. Ninja, hindi mo nakikita. Andun na, sinabi niya yan eh. Pag sinabi ng Diyos, yakapin mo. Paniwalaan mo. Kaya ito ang aking strong suggestion to you. When you read the Bible, at may nakita kayong promise of God, i-highlight nyo. Kaagad, highlight. Next page. Uy, pangako, highlight. No? Next page, highlight. Pag nakita nyo yung utos, huwag nyo lampasan. Yung iba kasi utos, next page. Uy, pangako ulit. Uy, utos, huwag dyan. Dito tayo sa... Kasi ang pangako, may kaakibat na utos, responsibility. If you follow that utos, that responsibility, you are positioning yourself to grace. Dito dumadaan ng biyaya. Paano ka pupunta ron? Sunod ka sa utos ng Diyos. Kaya yung iba, nandun na yung pagpapala. Nandito, bakit? Ay, sumunod. Ayaw. Sabi ng Diyos, magpatawad ka. Ayoko nga. Kaya wala kang kapayapaan. Pag sumunod ka, punta ka dito sa biyaya. Biglang, ay, may kapayapaan na ako. Kaya pag kayo nagbasa ng Bible, ganun ha? Highlight nyo yung pangako. Tapos, ibang kulay yung utos. I-highlight nyo rin. Kasi magkaakibat yan. Magkakampi yan. Tapikin mo yung katabi mo. Sige na, sabi mo, sumunod ka. Do you know Elijah? Sabi nyo nga, Elijah. Naalala nyo kung sino si Elijah? The transfiguration of Jesus. Nung nagbagong anyo si Jesus, nakita ni Peter, ni Paul, ni John, ni James, andun sila, no? Tapos andun si Jesus. Nagbagong anyo. Ang katabi niya, 2 tao, Moses and Elijah. Moses represents the law. Elijah represents the prophets. Elijah is one of the greatest prophets. Grabe ho ang mga milagro niyan. Sobra. Nagmilagro yan. 7 great miracles of Elijah. Now, Elijah has a sidekick. Meron siyang sidekick. Ang pangalan, Elisha. Sabi niyo nga, Elisha. Sabi niyo nga, Elijah. Sabi niyo nga, Elisha. So si Elisha, sidekick yan ni Elijah. Parang si Batman. Sino sidekick ni Batman? Si Robin. Si Samson, sino ang sidekick? Anong Delilah? Hindi. Hindi niya sidekick si Delilah. No? So alam niyo na sidekick, ha? Si Elisha yan. Eto na. Nung kukunin na ni Lord si Elijah, ang sabi ng Diyos kay Elijah, susunduin ka ng chariots of fire. Ganito itsura niyan. Tingnan niyo, ha? Ayan. Tinanong ni Elijah si Elisha, kasi iiwan na niya eh. At itong tanong niya sa 2 Kings chapter 2 verse 9. Elijah said to Elisha, tell me, what can I do for you before I am taken from you? Ay, grabe si Elisha. Tingnan niyo ang sagot ni Elisha. Let me inherit a double portion of your spirit. Tapang. Grabe. Alam mo, kaya kitang-kita mo na si Elisha, hindi yan Pilipino. Kasi tayong Pilipino, di ba? Mahiyain. Pagpunta mo sa bisita, babisita ka sa kaibigan mo, gutom na gutom ka, no? Sabi niya, uy, welcome, kain ka. Okay lang. Gumagano yung tiyan mo. Ikaw okay lang. Sabi ng tiyan mo, kain na tayo. Ganun. Okay lang. Lahat tayo okay lang. Hiyain. Si Elisha, pengi ho ng dobleng kapangyarihan nyo. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Kung 7 ang milagro mo, times 2 ang gusto ko. So, 7 miracles of Elijah. Sabi ni Elisha, bigyan mo ko ng times 2, Lord. Ilan yun? 7 times 2? 14. Nahirapan pa yung iba, nag-compute pa. 14 miracles. And you know, God agreed to that. God said, sure. Sabi ni Elijah, it will be given to you. Tapos kinuha na siya, chariots of fire in heaven. Naiwan si Elisha. 7, Elijah. 14, Elisha. Pero pag binasa niyo ang Biblia, magugulat kayo. sa lifetime nung buhay si Elisha, alam niyo kung ilang milagro ang nagawa niya? Tanong niyo sa akin, ilan? Pilitin niyo ako, ilan? Lumuhod kayo, dali. Kung 14 si Elijah, tapos ang hiningi ni Elisha times 2, 7 kay Elijah, times 2, 14 ako. Alam niyo kung ilan nagawa niyang milagro nung buhay siya? 13. Kulang ng isa. 13. Tapos namatay na siya. Is that good enough? Grabe, 13 miracles. Pag basahin niyo sa 2 Kings yung milagro ni Elisha, kung grabe si Elijah, grabe si Elisha. Pero 13 lang. Ang pangako ng Diyos, yung usapan tayo, doble. Sige, bibigay ko sa iyo, doble. Pero 13 lang. When God says something, He will do it. That is why you can stand on God's promises. Not long after Elisha died, there was a battle. May gera. And 2 friends were burying their friend. Ililibing na. At ito po ang kwento. 2 Kings 13, verse 21. Once while some Israelites were burying a man, suddenly they saw a band of raiders. May kalaban. So they threw the man's body into Elisha's tomb. Takbo na sila. When the body touched Elisha's bones, the man came to life and stood up on his feet. Miracle number 14. Kinumpleto pa rin ng Diyos. Hindi huli ang lahat. It happened after His lifetime. That is why you can continue to trust God. May mga pangako si Lord sa inyo pero hindi nyo nakikita. Parang patapos na ang kwento. Hindi nyo nakikita. Ay, kay Lord, hindi natatapos ang kwento. He is the God of eternity. Itong buhay mo, tuldok lang yan sa eternity. Pero sa tuldok na yan, ang daming pangako ng Diyos sa iyo. Ang dami niyong kasunduan. Sa langit, titingin tayong ganun, at sasabihin, ayun na, nagkatotoo na yung pangako ni Lord sa akin. Grabe, no? 14 miracle. Happened after His lifetime. That is why you can still trust in God.